On question number 9, we're told A is parallel to B. So let's mark that down. So I know A and B are parallel. Since we have parallel lines and a transversal, we have all those rules that correspond, that turn out. Well, we're told angle 1 and angle 2, they are congruent. Well, the only way they can be congruent is if they're both 90 degrees. So in other words, every angle on here is a 90-degree angle, either by alternate interior or corresponding or same side interior. So what's the relationship between B and C? Well, line B would have to be perpendicular because it forms a 90-degree angle. So B and C are indeed perpendicular. That's what we have to do for that one. On question number 10, we want to compare and contrast alternate interior angles. Well, remember, and same side interiors. So remember, compare and contrast means tell me something that's the same and something that's different in both of them. Well, in both theorems, the angles are formed when two lines are cut by a transversal. So that's the same. Alternate interior angles are going to be equal if the lines are parallel, where same side interior angles are going to be supplementary if the lines are parallel. That's the key. The big one is you have to put in there, they have to be parallel. And on number 11, we're just going to draw that out. So we're going to draw two lines cut by a transversal. And you could do whatever you want with them. And then I want you to measure the two exterior angles that are on the same side. So I want to measure this angle and this angle on the same side exterior angle. Now, what's the relation between them? Well, they're going to be equal because these lines are parallel, because what happens is, I should have marked on here, like this angle and in this angle are going to be congruent, which means my other angle is going to be supplementary because we have a linear pair right here. If we have a linear pair, they're supplementary, so we know these are equal, and so we know my alternate same side exterior angles are going to be supplementary. Okay, on number 12, we can do this in a couple different ways, but you probably want to start with the ones that have the same variable, y squared and 8y minus 15. So let's go ahead and let's do that. I know they're equal, so we're going to say y squared equals 8y minus 15. Well, that's a quadratic, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move everything to the other side to make it equal to 0. So I'm going to say y squared minus 8y plus 15 equals 0. That stuff from Algebra 1 shows up time and time and time again. So I can factor this. I need two numbers, make two parentheses, two numbers that multiply to 15, but they're going to add to a negative 8. Well, what two numbers do that? Well, that'd be negative 5 and negative 3. Negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. Negative 5 plus negative 3 is negative 8. So now we're going to say, oh, y minus 5 equals 0, which means y would be 5. Or if y minus 3 equals 0, y would be 3. So I got two answers for y. Now I'm going to go back and find x. Well, what I'm going to do first to find x, I'm going to find measure of one of these angles. I don't care which one you use. I'll do 8y minus 15. So I'll go 8 times 5 minus 15. Well, 8, that doesn't equal 0. Sorry about that. So 8 times 5 is 40. 40 minus 15 is 25. Well, if y is 5, and then that means this angle would be 25. So x would be 180 must be pressing on my iPad here. There we go. Minus 25. Well, 180 minus 25 would be 155, wouldn't it? Now, let's do if y is 3. So you get like 4 answers here. So I go 8 times 3 minus 15. Well, 8 times 3 is 24. 24 minus 15 is 9. So x would be 180 minus 9, which is 171. That's where we get the 4 answers I wrote out in red here so you could see them instead of my chicken scratch.